pick units right now, so that could be really painful for story enjoyers. Losing the one that is almost the same as their name. So yeah, on the left hand side we have a ton of stalwarts. We have 3 times flames, the shield maiden, Sealats, also even Siladas in there, and also some paladins, but there is so many red and vipers. Oh my god, how many is it? 2, 4, 8, 10. That's 10 times red and vipers on the attack. Defense definitely less red and vipers, almost the same picture there in the defense. And yeah, I'm not sure if red and viper poison stacks, so if you will place 1 red and vipers and they shoot on the defenders, they apply 1 time the poison, and if you place 2, they apply 2 times the poison. If they do so, that could be tons of damage coming out from YeahBuddy, but even if they don't, you can just constantly shoot those poison areas, because usually you have 10 seconds to 15 seconds cooldown between those poison shots that can deal area damage and do the real damage output. And if you bring 4 of them, you can just completely negotiate wait time and you're just constantly poisoning anyone. Or you just want to poison maybe different spots or anything, and I could just see YeahBuddy doing crazy stuff with it. None of those red and vipers out yet. First trap immediately to 2 of the culverins here, taking care of those. Maybe not. Oh, there we go. The last one got taken care of quite quickly by the last trap shells. And we already have 1 more culverin out of this match. We have a ton of heroes from YeahBuddy rushing to the main gate. Sealats inside. What is happening? Story is once again back in the lobby. Hope he doesn't crash again. So we have good fights here. Orochi trying to get this gate open. Will take some time to get back the abilities. Next, Orochi stabbing in, and that's a quick rush here. YeahBuddy immediate push through the gate. Beautiful, beautiful balls from the T-Back device. And we have YeahBuddy not rushing in quite yet. But story enjoyers trying to rush out. Will they do it? Trap is being placed beautifully. That might cost a ton here from story enjoyers if they don't see it. Trap not hitting too much. Beautifully pushed back here. Felt back. And story enjoyers can now once again stay in that same spot. YeahBuddy. Oh, YeahBuddy's on top. What? Did they get team damaged here? That's only Jumper Impulse on top here. That has to be team damage. Oh my goodness, that's painful. Inner gate is being closed here, and story enjoyers are falling back into safety. We quickly have to change the hero so we don't see these animations from the horse anymore. And there we go. Story enjoyers setting up for the defense of A and B simultaneously. Reapers? Oh, Reapers in quite a dangerous spot. One of them taken down, the others survive. But you just can't leave your units there. That's just so much damage to them. Those Reapers will be quite low on HP, and 1 even taken care of. That's just painful. YeahBuddy setting up for a push here to that middle. It's the left tower. I didn't know there's only 2 here. Now I know it. It's the left siege tower here. And YeahBuddy is slowly pushing up. They have their first units of Red and Vipers on that left hand side. 2 of them to be correct, and 1 on the right side. So YeahBuddy already shooting in so much poison. That's just so painful. And what is Story Enjoyers going to do against? We have Jumper Impulse on the musket, but he's not anywhere near to counter those Red and Vipers. going... Oh, he's going to the right side there, trying to get rid of the right Retin Vipers. He does get some of them. 19 left of 32, so big impact from the musket. But YeahBuddy, it feels like they can just proceed to that point. Asset of Babylon with the Chainland, I think, gets rid of a Holy Hyper, and that's one of YeahBuddy's heroes down. We have some skins in this lobby, I think, do we? We have some skins in here. That's usually not what we see, but here we go. Units going in. Stalwarts being taken care of. Flames immediately in, but the flames from YeahBuddy are there as well. Muskets throwing in, and that's our first engagement here into this gatehouse. Flames are quite low in HP. Reapers pushing out very aggressively, too far in my opinion. Those Reapers will be taken care of. Retin Vipers shooting from the back once again, and those Retin Vipers are just dealing so much constant damage. And here we go. On the left hand side we also have a small push, but I will keep focusing on that one because I don't think we can see both at the same time. We have YeahBuddy trying to step on the A point, and there's not much left from Story Enjoyers. They are wiped completely. Flames, infantry, everything there from YeahBuddy. All the units from Story Enjoyers very low on HP because of the Retin Vipers, and YeahBuddy is just continuing down here to the supply point and then probably to C and the end point. Supply point should be wiped quite quickly. A Holy Hyper once again down. He's already on 2 deaths. We can have a look on the unit count. That one is 315 to 226, so 100, almost 100 units lead for YeahBuddy in tier 5. Then we have almost even in tier 4, small lead for YeahBuddy there, and the rest is once again even or a lead for YeahBuddy. That means YeahBuddy is here really dominant once again, as we used to see it. The emoji hero being taken care of, and that means Story Enjoyers, where are they defending? And that's the C point. Falling back, do they? Or is it only, it's probably only the units being sent back. So Story Enjoyers have a good setup here. Cavalry coming in, that's defensive cavalry, I would assume. Yeah, it is. There we go. Defensive cavalry. And YeahBuddy is going to the right side here of your screen. Some long shots from the Retin Vipers here, very far away. Shooting still onto C point, but YeahBuddy is looking for B. And I would assume YeahBuddy, with all the Retin Vipers, just wants to go to the endpoint and then constantly shoot down from the endpoint walls to everything that Story Enjoyers have. But it feels like YeahBuddy is also pushing here to the middle. Maybe they don't want to do that. Maybe they just set up normally. We have some Retin Vipers from Nutella Waffles shooting back onto YeahBuddy's pushing units. Ayoko climbing up the ladders, probably going for some sneaky play with the musket on top. And like that, YeahBuddy with a ton of heroes here already in the front, trying to get at least some poking damage, then setting up with the infantry here, with the Retin Vipers in the back. And then they can go in. Here we go. YeahBuddy set up on the stairs. Very close formation here from YeahBuddy. Story Enjoyers trying to get some damage in with the Retin Vipers. Musket Jumper Impulse. Good job from him. Getting some of Socialist Hippies Retin Vipers out of the way. But they are losing some of their own Retin Vipers in that fight as well. Retin Vipers from Ayoko in the back. Not really hitting anything. Not in a good position there. Will probably be quite exposed there as well as soon as they come closer. Cavalry from the back is wiping the Retin Vipers in the back, and that means that YeahBuddy can't really poke too much. They have to go for the flank. You can see it on the minimap on the right hand side. I will just increase that one once again. We have a flank here on the now left hand side of the screen. ready to go in, but that one is also not too big. We have some Red and Vipers on the top constantly shooting onto the defenders units, and some Red and Pikemen trying to get in there, but the main push is coming in now, and that one will probably break through as there's not much there from Story Enjoyers. Flames in the back trying to get anything going. Will they have the firing arch? Oh, I don't know it. But the Rattan round shields from YeahBuddy are in the flames. The phalanx is there. Cavalry can't really do much. And that means YeahBuddy is only left with some phalanx here. Beautiful trap. Trap will probably wipe a ton of the units from Story Enjoyers. But Story Enjoyers in a quite good position here. They dealt with the first push from YeahBuddy quite well here with all of the cavalry. And right now we have a small shift in the unit lead. Tier 5 units in the favor of Story Enjoyers. YeahBuddy trying their best, but they lost this fight by a lot of units. Rat and Vipers are almost taken care of. We can see only 160 units left. That means like maximum 5 Rat and Vipers, but I think they have more tier 5 units apart from Rat and Vipers. So Story Enjoyers did a quite good job. They will face some more range from the side of YeahBuddy, but they should be quite fine. But oh, right now you can see it locked inside the endpoint is Story Enjoyers opening the gate right now, so they should be fine to get the reinforcements in. YeahBuddy still on 11, now 12 heroes, so they will have to wait for the respawners until they can go in once again. And Story Enjoyers is doing a really, really good job here. YeahBuddy is setting up for another push. They are sending some cavalry to the right, potentially looking for the flank with it, but there's already cavalry coming out from Story Enjoyers very aggressively. I don't think they got anything there. I don't know why they are doing this. Why are you pushing out that aggressively? Story Enjoyers really trying their best, but it feels like they're getting too aggressive right now. They have 2 sets of doppelsoldiers in their defensive lineup, so that could make a big difference. We have seen YeahBuddy struggle with that unit before, and 2 sets of them, they can really make a difference. Once again, 3-time Rat and Vipers here on top of the walls. Okay, I think it's 2 times Rat and Vipers and 1 times incendiary archers, so they will deal quite a lot of damage, 3 times even. YeahBuddy is rotating to the left to make sure the Rattan and incendiary archers can get as much value as possible, and that means Story Enjoyers is in quite some trouble here. Oh my goodness, what are they going to do here? Story Enjoyers setting up on that gate. YeahBuddy rotating back once again. Trap being called to a weird spot in my opinion. I would not know why they would push in that. Trap will not hit. Trap is completely offset. The stalwarts are already close to the stairs, so they can sit down and just be the defensive force they are usually. Curse pads, doppelsoldiers are in position as well. Rat and Vipers being taken care of. Ioku, and like that, YeahBuddy needs to push that same staircase once again, but they don't want to. They are just rotating once again. Rotation, of course, very much longer for YeahBuddy than it is for Story Enjoyers. YeahBuddy tried to rotate, tried to bait, but they didn't get it. And that's just a beautiful play here from Story Enjoyers, not moving at all, just waiting for that fake to really be a fake. And right now YeahBuddy's trying to go in. Doppelsoldier ability is in, and like that, flames going in. Trap is there as well. Where are the second doppelsoldiers? Stalwarts coming for support here. YeahBuddy trying to break through. Trap in a good spot. Trap will not hit yet. right now, defense still good. Trap didn't hit a single shot. Stalwarts in a good position to counter the flank, but there are so many Stalwarts coming from that front side. I feel like that could be the end of the defense. The flames from Nutella Waffles are in a quite dangerous spot, but the cavalry is coming in. Story enjoys with the cav. Will it be enough? Cavalry coming in from both sides. Flank from YeahBuddy on the top, trying to break through. Stalwarts there to stop it. Stalwarts will also stop the cavalry. And that right-hand side is a good fight for Story enjoys. They only have to wipe the top side. Right side should be wiped in a few seconds. And right now, that one is very even. 2 more minutes. YeahBuddy has only 2 minutes to step onto that C point and capture it. Units left are quite in the favor of Story enjoyers. They could take this one here. Story enjoyers, phalanx on the point. Right inside here, we have Stalwarts still sitting there, just blocking this entrance to the point. Bracing once again down, and that's just so many more units for Story enjoyers. 5 heroes from YeahBuddy alive. We can have a look at what they got left. They got some Stalwarts, they get some Rattan Pikemen, they get some Rattan Vipers, then Rattan Round Shields, Stalwarts. That's not much left. Story enjoyers could take it here. They only have to defend for 1 minute 15. But if one team can do that massive task here, it is YeahBuddy. They are pushing in once again. Sealets already readied up here for the push. Rattan Round Shields going in aggressively. I don't like that aggression, because you only have to play for time, so you don't have to be aggressive. Phalanx, only Phalanx, no front line unit here. Stalwarts also there. Point still not captured. Cavalry is coming in. Story enjoyers going in with the cavalry. Cavalry breaks through and just wipes the full push from YeahBuddy. YeahBuddy trying to come from the right hand side this time around, but there is some Stalwarts. No units on the point though. Only 2 heroes to block it. 28 seconds. 20 seconds needed to capture a point. Probably something like 17 left here. So it's 20 seconds. And that one seems like Story enjoyers has it in their pocket. They are even wiping the units off YeahBuddy here. 10 more seconds. They are doing such a massive job here. Story enjoyers, they got their first round secured here. 3 more seconds. 2, 1. There we go. Story enjoyers with the victory here. Beautiful job. 1-0 for Story enjoyers. And that is our first victory against YeahBuddy this whole CBR season. Story enjoyers managed to take it, and what a match. MVP for YeahBuddy is also the leader, Dunkel, with 227 unit kills. He alone killed 74 Stalwarts and 54 Round Shields, 5 Flames. This man just gets so many kills. 1.8k troop kill score, unmatched at all in the whole team, and he's even the one calling for his team and trying to get everything going. What a performance. Sadly, not enough. He even got MVO and NVS, but that's not enough for this match. Most heroes killed, Turbo, Soap with 5. You should be seeing the dual blades or the chainlets getting that one on YeahBuddy, but this time around it's the shield and spear. And then on the other side we have Asset of Babylon, also massive performance, 234 unit kills, 1.7k troop kill score, 320 support points. He just got everything there, and like that he secured his team the victory. Of course, massive team performance. Cursed Pet with the most heroes killed, 8 in total. And that's just a beautiful team performance from Story enjoyers. Heading to the post-battle analysis. And where did this one break apart? First push was beautiful for YeahBuddy. They got the unit advantage. That's what we're used to see. But then, going to the C point defense, we can just quickly go over them to see if they are all Rattan Vipers. They are. all Red and Vipers. Okay, so no incendiary archers in there. This time around, attack has also quite a few of them. 4 in total here. Attack has 2 times flames, some sealets, a ton of stalwarts. I almost see a stalwarts across the board. I think we have 13 stalwarts. We have 5 times sealets. Sealets being picked here in the beginning, maybe to just make sure we have the sealets on their buffed state, because we might see story enjoyers just immediately shoot them with their own cannons to make sure they are buffed. Danko was kicked out of the match, hopefully returning in there, because he's usually the one calling and he needs to be in the match to do so. And like that, YeahBuddy in the defense, 1 hero down. Hopefully he can return within the first minute, because otherwise that could be very devastating. Losing the shot caller, that's just almost GG's. Here we go. Story enjoyers with a ton of stalwarts here in the beginning. Failings out as well. The red and round shields to push the ram. Some sealets to push the tower. Maybe it's sealets? Nope, it's the stalwarts pushing the tower like that. Tower should be good to go. Defenders in the gate, very close with the sealets. One thing I didn't really figure out is, can sealets hit through the gate? They probably can, because it's always sealets waiting here. And I can only imagine sealets being able to hit through the gate and like that damage the units outside, pushing the ram. And oh no, they are just being buffed by the teammate device. That's also a way you can do it. Oh my goodness. And some paladins and alchemists to make sure they healed up again. And then we have once again the teabag device probably from the top, but the gate is quite low in HP. Sealet's still there. Sealet's now also low in HP. And that gate is being taken care of quite quickly. Defense have to fall back. Jumper Impulse very close. Gurk is there, but Jumper Impulse dodges the ultimate, rolls back out and is safe here. Towers rolling towards the walls. Of course, the bar rockets shooting onto the point here. Not really anything they can hit. YeahBuddy immediately falling back. Only heroes on the A point. Maybe not. They are only sending back some of their units. Okay, so that means YeahBuddy really wants to defend that A point. And what do they have? We can have a look here. YeahBuddy. Oh my goodness, that's a massive Var rocket shot. But the sergeants, the spear sergeants, can tank it. Here we go. We have YeahBuddy with some sealets, green units, stalwarts, the phalanx, but that's mostly green and stalwarts, I would assume. A ton of shields, then some green, and not really more there. On the other side, we have story enjoyers with, once again, a ton of purple units. The one unit to look out for will be those doppelsilvers making the way to the right-hand seashore. You can see it on the right side of the screen from Sengabanga going for that side. And YeahBuddy is setting up here, but I could still see the fallback. I'm still not sure, because they have so many units on the C point. I can't really imagine they really want to defend the A point with that many units on the backside. So I would assume YeahBuddy is falling back, but what exactly is happening? YeahBuddy's Red and Vipers are in a good position on the top right of your screen already. Shooting not really in a good spot, not hitting anything. Var rockets shooting on top of the building. And like that, story enjoyers taking the B point. So first step will be made here in a few seconds, and after that story enjoyers will take A. YeahBuddy falling back, you can see it here, everything to the C point. That's exactly what we assumed here before YeahBuddy don't want to hold that point. The Spear Sergeants are also falling back, with Dunkel here not being taken away. A sort of Babylon, though. Oh, that would be a massive commitment to those Spear Sergeants. They don't want to do this. Good choice, I think, because YeahBuddy is usually a team capitalizing on those overextensions. And right now they are capitalizing with the Red and Vipers on everyone here from Story Enjoyers. Sadly, the Dual Blade went off the point too early, and like that, supply point will need some more seconds to be able to be captured. Dual Blade on! Oh my goodness, Dual Blade on the walls, getting into the 1-to-1 fight with Too Lazy for Everything. Too Lazy for Everything and the muskets dodge out, and like that, YeahBuddy is trying to make a move. Stalwarts being pulled from the supply point. They will just be wiped in seconds. YeahBuddy with the aggressive push out, as we used to see it from them. Exactly that's what I meant. They are capitalizing on overextensions, and that's the first 50 to 100 units from Story Enjoyers gone, and dealt with. Some of the units from YeahBuddy though were damaged by the Dual Blade, but I think those Paladins are all good and they will survive it. YeahBuddy fall back once again. Supply point in the hands of YeahBuddy still, and Story Enjoyers, that didn't feel like the force we had in the match before. They are making a move here to the left hand supply point and to the B point, but where will this one be going? Unit trade quite even here. Lead in tier 5 units for Story Enjoyers, 70 units more, but the downside is they are lacking 120 units in tier 4 and also tier 3 in the lead of YeahBuddy. Tier 2, a small lead for Story Enjoyers, in tier 1. That's where the difference is made here. Story Enjoyers have 100 more units in tier 1, and that's 100 units less that we see really fighting here in this one. So the 1.7k we have for both teams means we have 1.6k real fighting units for Story Enjoyers and 1.7k for YeahBuddy. So that's a small difference, but Story Enjoyers have 70 more tier 5 units, so they have to make those work. But if they can do so, that would be massive. YeahBuddy setting up here on the C point with the units, with the Stalwarts on top. Where does do Story Enjoyers want to go from? Because I feel like they don't go very far if they don't push now, because YeahBuddy is setting up here in the back with a ton of heroes. Polex will be dealt with. Polex trying to get away, but he won't manage to do so. YeahBuddy once again pushing out to the supply point, and Story Enjoyers is so spread out. Cavalry though is pushing through, taking care of those infantry units. Stalwarts and Phalanx on the right side. YeahBuddy is in the middle between both between Story Enjoyers, but Story Enjoyers on their own also in the middle. The right side looks good. Let's set up a supply point here, but I don't know if that one will help at all, because they don't have anything with range in there and nothing with ammunition. Right hand side still kind of good for Story Enjoyers. They are pushing through with the Stalwarts, but the flames from YeahBuddy Turbo in there trying to get some value. Flames are still kind of open. Champer Impulse, if he can spot them, that would be massive. Flames being spotted by him, beautifully done. Story Enjoyers already on the C point with a ton of the units. We are just going there immediately. Gate is closed, so nobody can escape there. And that means C point is in quite some danger. We have to quickly change hero to not get those disturbing effects anymore. 2 heroes on the point. Cavalry going straight over the point. Ayoko being locked outside the gate will be open in a few seconds. But that one is massive for Story Enjoyers once again. They are up 100 units. I mean, they have 100 units more in tier 1. But it feels like YeahBuddy have sacrificed so much map control in that push out. Trap immediately to the gate. Just predictive to stop YeahBuddy from going outside. And that means C point is in the hands of Story Enjoyers. And they are just doing such a good job here with all of the units. And I just love to see this one. Beautiful attack. YeahBuddy, they have to figure out something to stop Story Enjoyers. They are playing very aggressive and they are being punished for doing so. They have 2x Flames out now, a lot of Stalwarts. But where are they going to? It feels like YeahBuddy is setting up for a defense here in the tower and on the bottom. Red and Vipers shooting over the top across everything. Huge range from those Red and Vipers, but they are not hitting anything. Story Enjoyers setting up. We can have a look here. 80 units in tier 5 lead for Story Enjoyers and only 40 down in tier 4. That means we have Story Enjoyers in the lead now, and if they can capitalize on their massive lead here, that would be incredible for them. YeahBuddy, feels like they are overcommitting too much, a bit panicking play. It feels like they try to get anything going. Nothing feels like it's working out for them. That's a push out with 2 heroes if they can do this. YeahBuddy could have a chance to get out aggressively again. They do so on the main gate here with Sani and Gurk, and Amia with the Red and Vipers. And those, oh my goodness, the range of those Red and Vipers is just so incredible. Look at that. Beautiful shots. Trap immediately called to that position, but that one is being spotted way earlier than anyone else would do it. And it feels like Story Enjoyers don't know what to do now. They have to figure out how to counter this one. Amia once again with the Red and Vipers. Ability is up. He's shooting onto the units of Story Enjoyers. And we are just zooming out to see what exactly is going on. Story Enjoyers pushing in from that side, falling back, and oh my goodness, that's just so many units here. Might be lost. Red and Vipers outside there, but where's the rest of Story Enjoyers? They are going to the top. Trap is in, and that trap is in a massive spot. They can push into the tower now. Trap team damage a bit, but not too much. And that right hand side is pushing in. YeahBuddy trying to block that one, and Story Enjoyers, they're just falling back immediately again, which means those 2 sets of flames will be quite low on ammunition as the main push is coming in from the front gate. And that's an empty endpoint. Where is YeahBuddy going? They shouldn't have too much ammunition left on the flames. And that means they have to get anything going very quickly here. Flames once again shooting in next salvo, so even less ammunition here. And that ammo will be a crucial part here as the Flames are in the middle of the fight here. Flames from Story Enjoyers shooting in perfectly. Also pushed past the point, but the Flames of YeahBuddy still having ammunition. Some flank coming in from Gurk here with the last remaining stalwarts he has. But that's not really much. YeahBuddy is in the middle of a sandwich. They have to fight onto both sides. Ayoku's Red and Round Shields coming from the back. Flames from YeahBuddy. Flames from Story Enjoyers. Sorry, they are still in a good position. YeahBuddy, it feels like they are sacrificing so much for this defense. You can see it on the top. 1k troops left for Story Enjoyers. Almost only 700 left for YeahBuddy. Next trap should be called in a few seconds towards that staircase. Cavalry is coming in, and that cavalry is being stopped by the stalwarts, but only after it hits a lot of units. Endpoint halfway through. YeahBuddy sending in more and more units, but so is Story Enjoyers, and they are losing a lot here right now. Story Enjoyers, it feels like they should reset right now. They only have some green units on the point, some low tier 5 units, and 1 full unit of shield mains that will be wiped probably sooner than later, as they are trying to escape from YeahBuddy right now. Vinkro is running after them. Dual Blade, can he get something going? Nope, he has to escape. I don't see any CC immunity on those shield mains, so they will be taken care of. 5 minutes 20 left, and the unit count is still quite even. YeahBuddy now with a 33 units lead in tier 5 while Story Enjoyers still have a massive lead here in tier 4. I said still, but that one changed. Previously we had Story Enjoyers in the lead with tier 5 and YeahBuddy in the lead with tier 4. So now Story Enjoyers massive lead in tier 4, and if they can capitalize on this one, it would be massive. They are rotating around with a few of the units. I say a few, it's even more than I thought. Once again, 3-sided push it feels like. They still have some Red and Vipers here on the back. Didn't quite catch them to see how many it is. Where are the Red and Vipers? How many are left? 22. Those can really make a difference right now. And we can have a look here what we have left. We have, from the attacking side, still some purple units, a lot of stalwarts and paladins, plus some zealots, which is great. We still have 1 unit of flames left. And then on the side of the defense, that's a few green units, also still 2 flames plus 7 flames, which is massive. But we have 2 heroes on no more units. So yeah, buddy, it feels like they could really lose this one here, but Story Enjoyers only have 3 minutes 50 left, and the push is coming in from that lower side this time around. YeahBuddy is not pushing against that one. No aggression from YeahBuddy and Story Enjoyers. Oh my goodness, where are they going? Only 3 minutes 30 left, and that's the go command. Story Enjoyers in with the flames through the bottom from the ground with the flames. A lot of stalwarts over the top, and now the push also from the main gate. So 3-sided push, and the bottom is flames versus flames. 2 times flames from YeahBuddy there, but the poleaxes are in it, and those poleaxes can deal massive amounts of damage to the flames. But the flank from Gurk with the javelins into the back is taking care of it. So YeahBuddy, they still have the flames in the setup, but the cavalry is coming in. Cavalry being charged into this one. Beautiful charge. But they will be taken care of. And the endpoint is almost 3/4 complete. Here we go, 3/4 in, only heroes to block it, but there are some more rat and pikes. The stalwarts are being thrown over by the poleaxes. Now the defensive units are coming in. The top is still fighting, and that one is a beautiful defense from YeahBuddy, as we expect them to do. Massive performance here. It feels like Story Enjoyers have no chance. All those stalwarts on the same spot being knocked over by the poleaxes and then immediately being finished off with the red and pikemen and the stalwarts from the defense. Very nice teamwork there with those heroes and the units. And like that, 2 minutes left. Unit count is even, but there are so many more units of tier 2 on the defender side, and the attack has only tier 1 left to counter this, and tier 1 won't do the job there. YeahBuddy, aggressive push out here with heroes. Can Story Enjoyers do anything here? Stalwarts, 2 times stalwarts still in there. Apex is down. Still red and vipers on the ground. YeahBuddy have to defend this one, and Story Enjoyers is going in. Stalwarts in there. Flames from YeahBuddy still alive. 1 unit of flames. Doppel soldiers with the ability into the defensive units, and that push is looking promising for Story Enjoyers, but there are shield maidens coming to support this one, and Story Enjoyers, they will have to wipe everything here, but they only have gray units left, and there are even more green units from YeahBuddy. Zealots going in for Story Enjoyers. Can they turn the battle? They can't. Green units are just so impressively strong right now with the masteries, with the runes. Green units are just dealing so much damage, and like that, 43 more seconds. Unit count now finally very much in the favor of YeahBuddy, and we will be having our first tied matchup, our first tied best of 2 of the CBR, sorry, here. And that one with YeahBuddy and Story Enjoyers. Beautiful try from Story Enjoyers, but YeahBuddy just on top here in the defense. Very well played with the flames and the remaining units turning the tide of the battle here once again in the end. And like that, securing the victory to them. 0 seconds, blue victory. YeahBuddy officially now 1-1 in the end. MVP once again for Story Enjoyers, Asset of Babylon, with 138 unit kills, 1.1k troop kill score, and the most heroes killed on his side is Sin-Q Zafar with 4. On the other side, we have YeahBuddy's MVP once again is Denknis Stankel, the leader of the team, with MVP and MVD to his name. Almost 200 unit kills, 1.5k troop kill score, almost 1.6k there. Massive performance from him, securing his team the spot, but as we are used to see it, a lot of assists across the board, so very much team effort. And too lazy for everything, 10 heroes killed. Incredible performance from his side. Massive job killing all the heroes, and also massive support for the team. Analysis tells us we have the first fight in the favor of YeahBuddy. That one could have done the difference here. YeahBuddy just securing already a bit of a unit lead. Then second fight massively in the favor of Story Enjoyers. They baited YeahBuddy into this fight. They got that one secured, and then third one as well. Massive victory, but in the end, Story Enjoyers fell off a bit, and I feel like that was a